Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I'm Grace. Welcome to our ecstatic movement practice this morning, this afternoon, this evening, whatever it is for you. We are here. We're going to be moving our bodies with a focus really on stretching, and we'll be adding some balances today. So let's get centered. Let's start sitting in a nice, comfortable position, an easy seat, whatever's good for you. Sukhasana. Easy seat, hero pose, whatever works for you. Lotus, whatever is comfortable. And dropping into some mindful breath, just noticing the breath and getting centered in your body. And dropping that breath down into the belly. Triggering that relaxation response in your body. And dropping that breath down to the belly. And we're going to move into a 3-part yogic breath. Breathing into the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Pausing at the top of the breath, you can engage the bandhas and notice the energy build. And exhaling completely. And a couple more 3-part yogic breaths on your own, like a wave into the belly, ribs, and chest. Filling that entire front cavity. Pausing and letting the breath go. You can do a pause at the bottom of breath as well if you like. And finishing up on your next exhale. Taking a moment to check in with the body. We're still on our Manamaya Kosha, this heart anahat chakra, heart chakra. This is the week of our self-study. And creating an intention for yourself. Feeling the emotions. And releasing that intention with a this or better, this or better. Beautiful. And let's make some gentle movements, some spontaneous movements around pelvis, moving that torso, There's a spot that feels good, massaging it, keeping the breath flowing. Opening up and adding some lateral stretches to the spine. Back and lifting the hips. Doing some different movements in your body. Let's bring those legs out and wiggle them and show wiper them. And we're going to begin with a double leg forward fold. We're moving on some stretches today. So let's inhale as we lengthen the spine and exhale, hinging forward. Feeling that sensation in the back of the legs, finding your edge and resting gently on this edge. And then folding forward. It's a nice forward fold. And on your next inhale, coming all the way up. Beautiful job. And let's bring those legs nice and wide. And we're going to hinge first forward, then we're going to go side to side. So let's inhale, lengthening the spine, and exhale, hinging forward. You can round the spine, find your edge, and enjoy this nice stretch. And lifting the head, lifting the heart, coming all the way back up. Let's go to that left leg, facing that left foot. And let's inhale, and you can bring those arms up on your inhale, but you want to bring the hands down to your heart as you exhale and hinge forward. And a nice stretch in the back of that left leg. You can reach that foot, maybe giving it a little massage. Flexing and extending that foot. Keeping the breath flowing. And on the next inhale, coming up, we're going to move to the right foot. You can inhale those arms up. And as you exhale, hinging forward, bringing the hands to the heart or down to the earth. And rounding that spine, coming in towards the leg. Massage the feet. Remembering to flex and extend that foot. And coming up. Beautiful job. Let's bring the feet together. A little Baddha Konasana. Flapping those butterfly wings. Slowing down. And pressing those feet to the earth. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, folding forward. Feeling a nice hip opening. And rounding the back and coming down. Next inhale, coming all the way back up. And let's come up into a table for a moment. Let's move into a balancing table. So the wrists are under the shoulder and the knees are under the hips. I'm going to take the right arm out, extending the arm away from the body, left leg, and extending the left leg. So we're stretching away from the body as we balance, find a drishti, engage the bandhas, and breathe. And one more breath. And releasing down. Let's go to the other side. So we're going to inhale left arm, stretching that out away from the body, and right leg, stretching that foot away. Pointing the foot if you can. Engage the bandhas and breathe. Find your drishti. And releasing down. Let's move into a threading the needle, opening up and stretching the shoulders a little bit. So we're going to bring that right arm up, opening up the heart, and then exhaling, bringing that hand right through the right wrist, the knee, relaxing that shoulder down in the side of the head. And breathe. And on the next inhale, coming back up, bring up that heart, and let's go to the other side. Inhaling, right arm up, opening the heart, exhaling, hand right between the knee and the wrist, and relaxing on the shoulders. You stretch and open that shoulder a little. One more breath. And inhaling the arm back up and coming down. And let's bring that right leg up between the hands and let's lunge forward, opening and stretching that hip, making any little micro movements you need to make. And lunging back as you straighten that front leg and feel a nice stretch on the front leg, flexing and extending the foot. Nice deep breaths. And lunging back and forth at your own pace. Coming back to center. And let's curl that front knee into a pigeon. Balancing as you square yourself right up and hinging forward. Nice stretch in the hips. That one. And breathe. And then gently and kindly coming up. Let's move to the other side. Let's bring that left foot between the hands and begin to lunge forward, opening the hip. A nice stretch. Making some spontaneous movements if you need. Lunging back as you flex and extend the foot. And finding your own pace as you flow back and forth in these lunge rocks. Enjoying sensation. Keeping the breath flowing. Staying in our hearts in that Manamaya Kosha. Witnessing the mind. Almost as if we're a third party, just witnessing this mind, noticing, without any judgment. And the next time you come forward, we're going to bend that knee and move into a pigeon on this side. So bending the left knee, squaring yourself and balancing up. And see. Hips. And hinging forward if you like. Coming down. And on your next inhale, coming up, and back into your table. And we're going to move into downward facing dog, curling those toes under, straightening those legs, lifting the hips. Let's move into walking the dog as we stretch those calves, keeping the breath flowing, bandhas engaged, basking in our hearts, in awareness of that Manamaya Kosha. And coming back to center. And we're going to take that left leg out, kick it out into three-legged dog. And we're going to bend the knee and open up as you stretch and open that hip. Not moving in. If you'd like to move all the way into Wild Thing, you can do that. And coming back into three-legged dog first and bringing that leg down. We'll kick out that right leg, three-legged dog on this side, bending that knee, opening up the hip. An option if you'd like to come into Wild Thing. And coming back into your three-legged dog and bringing that leg down. And coming back down to the knees. And let's move into our balancing bear. And I'm going to invite you to do one side at a time, or you can come up with both legs up. If you want to start with one side, a nice stretch. The other. If you want to move into your full pose, finding your drishti. Beautiful balance. And coming back down. And we'll move into our boat, coming first balancing on those sits bones again, coming into half boat with the calves parallel to the earth, and if it's in your practice, moving into a nice full boat. Find your drishti and breathe. And one more breath. Coming back into half boat and coming down. And let's move into some spinal rocks as we come down onto our backs. Gently down on your back. Beautiful. Let's move into a nice bridge, pressing into the feet and lifting those hips up. Let's go halfway to start. And coming into a full bridge. And you have an option here too, if you'd like to come into a wheel, moving into a back bend. I haven't done too many of these, but you can bring the hands by the ears, pressing into the feet, and doing this only if it's in your practice, coming up into a back bend. One more breath. And gently coming down. And a nice counter pose, bringing the knees into the chest, rocking back and forth. Beautiful job. And we are going to, it's a little choppy, but we're going to come up. We're going to come up into a standing pose, and we're going to practice a few standing postures together. And remembering, you can use a chair, you can use a wall, you can stand up against a wall in a standing pose, you can use a wall to hold on to. So find any modifications you need for your balancing pose. Let's move into tree, bringing the weight into the right standing leg, feeling that nice and solid as if it is actually a tree trunk. Very little weight on the left, and opening up the left hip. You can rest to the left heel on the right leg. And then this may be your pose. Bring your tree branches up, or you may want to bring that foot up a little higher, or in lotus. When you get into your full position, find your drishti, engage your bandhas, and breathe. Your branches may sway a little with the wind, like mine are a little. One more breath. And coming down. Beautiful. And standing on that left standing leg, feeling that is your tree trunk now. Very little weight on the right, and opening that right hip up. Resting the right heel down. Finding your tree. Find a drishti. Bring your branches up. And breathe. One more breath. And relaxing down. Beautiful job. Let's move into an eagle. Couple different ways we can get into this. We can bend our knees first and move it into it from a chair, or we can bend it second. So I think we did chair last time we did this. So let's move into the pose in a standing position and bending it once we're in position. I'm going to bring my weight over into the right standing leg, all my weight. Take the left leg and wrap it around. If you can get that foot behind, that's great. And then my right leg is on top, so my right arm is going to be on the bottom. Bringing those arms down a little bit. Now I'm going to bend my knees. Find your drishti and breathe. One more breath. And releasing the hands and coming up. Beautiful job. We'll move to the other side, bringing the weight into the left standing leg. We're going to take the right leg and wrap it around. Bending the knee, taking that left arm, and that's going to be under. Bringing the hands down, bending the knee. Find your drishti and breathe. One more breath. And coming out. Beautiful job. And let's do standing hand to foot. So you're going to bring the weight into the right standing leg. Good job. Feeling the solidness of it, that leg going further and deeper into the earth. All the weight, very little weight on this left leg. And we're going to bring that left leg up. Bringing the hands under the foot, or you can hold on to that toe and then straightening that front leg out. Finding your drishti and breathe. One more breath. And coming down. Releasing the foot. Good job. Moving over to the other side. Bringing your weight and your energy into the left standing leg. Feeling that solid, very little weight on the right. And we're going to lift that right knee up. Bringing the hands either to the toe, your peace fingers, or under the foot, and straightening that leg out. Find your drishti and breathe. One more breath. Releasing down. Beautiful job. Let's move into half moon. So we're going to find our spot. You can either use a block or the mat. We're going to move to the right first. So find that spot, move your block there. And bringing the weight into that right standing leg, very little on the left. Reaching down to that block, lifting that left leg up and the right arm up. And find your drishti and breathe. One more breath. And moving down. And let's move to the other side. Bring the weight into the left standing leg. All that energy, feeling the solidness of it, very little on the right. Bringing that left hand down to the left block. Lifting the right foot up, the right arm up. And breathe. Find your drishti. One more breath. Beautiful job. Okay, let's see. I think that's good for today for balancing. That's a lot. So let's just shake out the body and tap the body. Getting into this sacred embodiment. Feeling love for this body. Feeling the scalp and gentle taps on the face. Tapping that thymus. Good job. And let's do a little bouncing. Twisting. Moving any toxins, any stuck emotional energy, any suppression, rigidity. So moving around, just taking a few moments to just move your body in any way that feels good. You may put your music on and dance, kick. It's a little bit shorter ecstatic movement today. Opening up the shoulders. Maybe moving in ways you're not used to, that aren't familiar. crazy movements. No rhyme or reason. Beautiful job. Beautiful, beautiful. Then come to a nice little bit slower bouncing, warming down. Beautiful job. And we're going to move into a chair pose. Feet are hip width apart. Bringing those hips back, arms up, sitting back down. Gauge the bodies and breathe. Beautiful. Let's clasp those hands behind us and move into a standing yoga mudra. Release the hands. Let's come to a seated position for our final rapture meditation. So we're going to be bringing that energy into our hearts. Our listening to the music and letting our hearts expand out infinitely in all directions. So we do this final practice for week 9, basking in the Anahata chakras. It's the focus of ecstatic yoga every week, but we're spending some extra focus this week on that. And we're going to move on to the third eye next week in our Vijnanamaya Kosha and that focus. Oh, hi, honey. I'm just finishing up my yoga. I'll be out in a minute. Come into the garage. Sorry about that. All right. So find your song, or you can meditate with me to my song, our ecstatic yoga opening song. Opening your heart, your mind, and rooted deeply in the body, yet expanding the love and the energy that you are, that infinite love, that infinite energy, out in all directions, always rooted in the heart, like the sun. You're the creator, you're the sustainer, you're the destroyer of all. You're my lover, you're my partner, you're my teacher of all, and I bow to you, and I bow to you, and I bow to you, and I bow to you. You're the earth from which all things grow. You're the water, the eternal flow. You're the the air I breathe in for this song, and I bow to you, and I bow to you, and I bow to you, and I bow to You're the sweetness that embraces me. You're the all-pervading truth and beauty. You're the infinite love, store of grace. You're the compassion, healing space, and I bow to you, 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 and I bow to you. Gently coming back. Thank you for joining me for Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace, ecstaticyoga.studio. It's our website. Check out our yoga teacher trainings and retreats. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day. Namaste. And I bow